Snake without being ensnared by the evil snake charmers, and you'll earn yourself a rattle and a pair of fangs. The game is so popular, it's already outsold Marsupial Maze. Sociologists have just released a new study showing that trust issues are the biggest cause of animal angst. In fact, some dogs are so weary, they can barely trust themselves. Even though his tale is completely innocent, and it happened years ago, Frank still blames it for coming between him and his ex-girlfriend. Let it go, Frank. And that's the day's top stories. We'll keep sniffing out the news, so you don't have to. When I was a kid, I knew exactly what I wanted to be when I grew up. So I got a job at a convenience store. I didn't want to work in retail. I just wanted to practice my stand-up comedy in front of the security cameras. Here are some animals who are in training for their future careers.
She didn't care what the sign said. Nothing was going to stop Ollie from becoming the next big dog on the skateboard. That's why she spent every waking moment shredding in the schoolyard. Her style was kind of crazy, but Ollie could do kick flips, heel flips, nose grinds, shove-its, 50-50s, rail stands, and backside 180s. The only thing she couldn't do was stop. Simon was determined to become a cat astronaut. He spent endless hours playing with his model of the space station and dreaming of exploring the galaxy. He knew that one day he'd be on a NASA craft in deep space, enjoying zero gravity and zero dogs. Brittany was in training to become a supermodel. But first, she had to learn how to strut around in heels without tripping, and how to refrain from barking at the catwalk. Renee loved to practice her flips and spins. Her friends told her she should become a gymnast, but she had bigger plans. She knew that someday she would be the starring acrobat in Cirque du Doguet. Yes, showbiz was in her blood, and fleas were in her fur. Joe's been a plumber's apprentice for months. Sure, he's a total klutz, doesn't know a sink from a septic tank, and wasn't as well versed in toilet bowls as the dog. But what does he care? He's charging by the hour.
Can you believe it? My dog had his first semi-formal dance last week, and I chaperoned. Seems like just yesterday he was chasing his tail. Oh, I was really excited for him, but he was a little nervous. He didn't know how to dance. Luckily, I taught him everything I know. Have a look at the home video I shot.
Here's Reggie, dressed all in black. Doesn't he look handsome? First, I showed him the importance of footwork. Then, I showed him the importance of tail work. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to teach him the importance of arm work. I also probably should have reminded him not to count out loud to the beat. But that's okay. The music the kids listen to these days is so loud, his dance partner wouldn't hear a thing.
Last summer, I spent a week on a dude ranch. Man, was it exciting. Remember that movie City Slickers, where the guy birthed the calf and delivered the herd? Yeah, well, I must have watched it 7 times in their state-of-the-art theater with the giant plasma screen and surround sound. That's a great movie. Here are some other sights I might have seen around the ranch if I'd ever gone outside.
Mildred used to be the most accident-prone horse in the stable. But now, she doesn't worry about banging into anything because she always carries her airbag with her. Sure, it's not impressive now, but back in her hoofer days, Borax was part of a well-choreographed 20-mule team. And this little number used to bring down the house. Lady was tired of always walking at the end of the parade. Well, you know, just in front of the guy with the shovel. This year, she vowed to learn to twirl the baton well enough to be the drum majorette. Good thing the parade isn't for a couple of months. When Santa got lost out in the snow, and it seemed like Christmas wouldn't be a go, there was one horse who wouldn't say no. The horse who saved Christmas. Mistletoe! When Rudolph's nose went out, Mistletoe knew it was up to her to wave Santa in for his landing. She didn't expect any thanks, but she wouldn't mind joining in a few reindeer games. The adage, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, turns out to be false. You actually can make him drink. Just watch out. You might make him drink it, but he might make you eat it. However, the adage warning you about changing horses in the middle of a stream, that one is true.
You know, every once in a while, you have to stop and assess a situation. Like the other day, I walked into the room where the cats sleep, and I realized I had 14 cat bunk beds, 20 cat scratching posts, and a cat bowl the size of a hot tub. I stopped and I said to myself, Keegan, you have lost your mind. We need to get a bigger place. Here's some others who need to reassess their situations.
You know it's time to reassess the term free-range turkey when they take over the entire neighborhood. Good gravy. These birds have taken over the burbs. Having to brake for them is one thing, but when they try to join your carpool, that's going too far. You know it's time to go off that wacky seed diet when the only ones you can get to join you for lunch are the forest creatures. Besides, they don't know how to make small talk, and they never compliment you on how much weight you've lost. You know it's time to stop taking in puppies when you spend more on their food than yours. Here's a rule of thumb. If you have more than 5 kittens, you're a cat person. If you have more than 5 puppies, you're a kennel. You know it's time to hire a new plumbing contractor when your unfinished patio is filling up with water. No one seems to be in charge, and all the workers are wearing masks. I mean, you just know you're gonna get robbed.
It's time for the search for the planet's funniest cat, presented by the makers of Fresh Step Litter.
The holidays seem to bring out the Christmas cheer and the Christmas Grinches. These ladies think they're cats, and this cat thinks they're terrible. Forget about Deck the Halls. It's time to deck the singers.
You know what I like more than musicals? You guessed it, goats. So you can only imagine my excitement when I heard they were doing a revival of Nanny Get Your Goat. I'm sure the production will be amazing, even though they say the director and the choreographer were constantly butting heads. Here's a sneak preview.
I can butt anything, you can butt better. Tree trunks, hay bales, and posts. I can kick anything, you can kick better, but I like kicking you the most. I can eat anything, you can eat better, tin cans, pine trees, and more. I can climb anything, you can climb better, but when I fall, I'll be sore.
Well, that's everything. The planet, the funny, and the animals. You know how you can tell if your cat can see in the dark? Turn off the lights and make faces at him. You'll know right away. So long, everybody. See you next time.